Hi, I'm live this morning, and if you're watching live, please feel free to press a like button or a heart button that you love what I'm about to say. I want to talk to you today about two interlocking things since we're getting close to holidays. We're approaching Thanksgiving, which is exciting, and then we're going to be approaching family gatherings over December and into January. This also applies for everything, for Valentine's Day, any family get together where there's going to be lots going on. So if you're watching live, you can feel free to ask a question. I would also like to encourage you to go to my website, which is parentwithapurpose.com, and sign up. I will be sending out a newsletter every few weeks to every month, and if you'd like to receive that on different topics, just sign up, and you'll be just on an auto list for that newsletter. So these two interlocking topics are keeping kids calm during family gatherings, and I have lots of things to show you so that if the second piece of it does not apply to you, hang on. I will keep this short, but I want to show you some really great ideas. So the second part of this is keeping kids calm, providing activities for them, and I will show you that on a variety of ages and capabilities, how helpful that is. And the other piece of it, which is a tough piece to talk about, is family dysfunction. So if you are seeing that, if you anticipate any kind of family dysfunction, whether or not it's sarcasm or vulgar language or personal disputes or sloppy drinking, spare your children those harmful experiences, because remember, children are learning their how to get through social experiences and their emotional regulation through you. So if you're visiting relatives and you've experienced family discord before, be prepared. Arm yourself with thoughtful responses that acknowledge the other person, as well as make it your mission to create a peaceful and positive holiday gathering for your children and your family. So here are some key words to use if your children are whatever, not even if your children are around, but if you're in a tough, challenging situation with adults or with any family members with whom you're feeling uncomfortable. Try some of these responses. The first one is great. These are just like auto responses. Instead of buying in and getting into a dance and a discord, just don't. Try some of these responses. These are quick responses that can end all of it and yet honor a family relationship. So one of the first ones is to say, I'm sorry you feel that way. Because you are sorry that they feel that way if they're in total disagreement. That does not mean that you need to stay and argue your point. If you know that you're not going to win and this other person just loves to argue, you can just simply say, I'm sorry you feel that way. And you can walk away. At that point, I would walk away and go to your children and provide what I'm about to show you next. So stay on, keep watching. Another perfect, fabulous response is, I heard what you said and I'll get back to you, whatever, tomorrow, in an hour. Another line is, I'll get back to you on that at another time when the kids are not around. Another one is, I heard what you said and I'll give that some thought. Because maybe you will give that some thought. Maybe you'll think, this is crazy. Or maybe you'll think, this is worthwhile. So set boundaries and walk away. And now I'm going to go to the fun part of this, which is whether or not you have family discord, whether or not you have a rough time. Holidays are magical, and they can also be really rough when there are just a few people that trigger challenges. And each family has a few of those people that trigger those challenges. And for those of you who don't, cherish, cherish, cherish your families. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is, since it's Thanksgiving, keeping your kids occupied while adults are having appetizers or the food is getting ready or whatever, rather than just letting your kids run around and hang out with their cousins and whatever. Once, rather than really allowing a whatever, provide structure for them. Bring a box of activities for all the cousins, for all the grandkids, whatever, for everybody at different ages. And just be that person that has activity after activity after activity. Keep the kids busy. Pardon me. Keep them creative, interactive, and positive, rather than, it's always the quiet ones that we have to worry about. But I'm going to go back. This is a simple thing that, your children can make, and of course it's backwards. It says grandma on it. This one says daddy. These are like name table placeholders, so that I chose orange. I took index paper, I punched a hole in it. You can do pre-prep work on this. This is a cinnamon stick, and you get, so you get somebody to write them, you get somebody to tie the bow, and the kids can make place card settings for every occasion. This is not just for Thanksgiving. I happen to have chosen Thanksgiving colors and settings. Here's one that I absolutely love, craft activities. So perhaps I should have really named this about craft activities, because it's so fun to set kids up for success. Here we go. I'm going to just lift this up. Whoops. Okay, it's quite heavy with the icing. I'm going to lift this up. So this is so simple. By the way, this is I'm going to just show you, chocolate milk container. So everybody can drink a milk. And then the only ingredients that you need is leftover Halloween candy, so save that, graham crackers, and vanilla icing, and your container. So what you do is, first of all, completely wash out so it does not get stinky milk. Container, or it could be orange juice. You can make a whole village. You can have an orange juice, a pint, quart. You can have all different sizes. This is what I did years ago with my children, and we put it all in a big cardboard box flat setting. So anyway, what this is just simply you slather the milk carton with white icing, and then you put your piece of graham cracker on top of it. It's like the glue, and then you slather icing on top of it to have your kids decorate. And you can set a boundary with this. So the boundary is you can have 2 pieces of candy a day, 1, 2, between now and Happy New Year's, so that they're not overeating or whatever. And just tell them you can pick 2. This is a little Hershey's chocolate for the door. How about that? So that's a great activity, and it's moderately simple. Kids can start doing this at 4 years old, and if they have, get everybody aprons from the dollar store, so that they're not getting messy. Have them work on a cookie sheet or tray so that they're not getting messy. I just picked up a couple of other simple activities to show you how to keep children busy. By the way, so this is painting this little, I don't know if you can see with the glare, painting this little ornament. And of course, they can then, if you have several of these, have your children give them as gifts. Children love to give. This gives them an opportunity to make something and date it and give it to, grandma or somebody like this. Here's another simple activity, just coloring this little tote bag that, and here's another, bring some sunshine into somebody's day. This is a sun catcher that your child can paint. And here's the last one, which I just happened to have picked up. These were all $1. Filling a heart, sand. It's basically an ornament, and they can write something with permanent ink on the top. So this really is a 2-part video today. Part 1 is to set boundaries for when your children, especially when your children are exposed. We do not want them exposed to harsh language or to inappropriate activities that adults tend to forget that the kids are there or think that they're not listening. The last little part of this is that I've viewed a study where children are sleeping upstairs and they have brain monitors, monitors on their brain, and so then they have the parents downstairs arguing without words. I've posted this on a video before, without words, but with intonation, like and the other one saying whatever. And what they're finding is that during a child's sleep, even when they're on another floor, what they can hear goes into their brain and affects their functioning. Their brain waves spike during these agitation times of arguments. And so if children can, and then it reflects on their behavior the next day. And if children are receiving that information while they're sleeping, then what is it doing to them while adults and family members are arguing in their presence? So keep them safe, keep them isolated, set boundaries that are healthy so that your children learn to set boundaries and don't jump into any kind of sarcasm or bullying or anything like that. So I want to wish you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful family memories together with the people that you love. And I don't know what else to say. Happy Thanksgiving. If you're watching this in July, happy 4th of July. Set your kids up for success with lots of activities. Don't have high expectations or unrealistic expectations that they just will go out and play and everything will be fine. The more that you do for them, the better supported they will be.